Let's have a conversation. It's mostly about Chainsaw Man, the new darling of the anime world. Everyone is raving like it's the best thing I've ever seen. It's the greatest anime I've seen in years. It's going to change everything. We are so blessed. We're so lucky to have it. And I have to say that I enjoy the show. It is good, but it's not the best thing I've ever seen. Have you guys not seen Gurren Lagann? Are we joking around here? Have we not seen Death Note? There are other anime that are worthy of this level of praise. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying it's not that great. The animation is good. They did some cool things, putting together CGI with, the standard animation. But I didn't see anything that was like just absolutely jaw-dropping. It was cool. But it really does remind me of those anime that were hyper-violent, not so much like the Akiras, but more around the anime like Elfen Lied, where the violence was so over the top, it didn't really jar me. I didn't really feel like, oh my god, this is gross. I thought for a second, like, maybe I'm desensitized, but I'm not, because I've seen other anime that made me really uncomfortable. This just felt like standard fare. It felt like your standard shonen anime that's a little bit more edgy than the others, but with a twist that in my own heart was a little bit heartbreaking. And the twist for me, and if you haven't seen it, don't watch the rest of this, please go do something else. But the twist was that, in order for him to get his powers, because I saw the covers of the manga, I haven't read the manga at all, but for him to get his powers, he took the heart from his dog, Monster, and I was immediately like, what? Wait, so they're one? They're together now? So we're not going to see Fujita ever again? I was kind of bummed about that. And yet, I still am intrigued by the dynamic he's going to have with people he meets across his journey. I also say that I felt immediately sympathetic towards him, knowing that he had to sell his limbs. He had to get rid of very core parts of his body, like his nuts, or at least one of them, or an eye, in order to make money to pay off debt that he didn't earn himself. His father went into tremendously horrible debt, and because of that, he had to work to pay it off because he inherited the problem from his dad, which kind of sucks. And yet, it made him humble. It made him more appreciative of everyday small things. It made him desperate at points where all he really does want is for a girl to hug him. And I think also score, but people underlay that part when they discuss it. They ignore that part of it. And my thing is this. These are all pretty standard anime tropes. You get your character that is downtrodden and really nice and really likable, and then he goes through something that gives him power, and then he becomes more powerful, then he has a super form, and he keeps growing and growing and going, and he never gives up, he perseveres. Essentially, this could easily have been Ash Ketchum. Let's be honest, if he fused with Pikachu. This could easily be Ash Ketchum. Based on this first episode, at least. I have not seen anything of the manga. I'll mention that again. So I'm only going from what I know about the series already. But I'm telling you that essentially nothing is being brought here that is new. So when everyone is telling you this is the greatest anime they've ever seen in their lives, ask them to stop for a second. Ask them to pause and ask them why. What did this anime do that was so special? What did this anime do that really changed the world and made things brand new? What shook the world? What destroyed it all? What happened? Oh no! Ask them. Ask them. They probably won't have a good answer. They'll probably give you some thing. It's just good. Honestly, let's be honest here. And I'll say this a lot. This reminds me of the hype surrounding One Punch Man. When I would watch the show, and I'll be honest, I was just trying to, make it in the YouTube world at the time, but I would watch the show, and everyone would freak out about it and say how great it was, and so I kind of just followed suit. I made a bunch of videos to try to cash in on it, and they did well, but I made a bunch of videos that were like, yo, this is the greatest I've ever seen. The animation is so fluid, it's so smooth, it's so great, everything is awesome. Half the time I didn't know what was happening. I was frustrated that the story wasn't progressing. I was frustrated that things weren't being built upon in that world in a way that it felt like any kind of real growth was happening. But I didn't want to say that because everyone else was losing their freaking minds. And since that point forward, I've told myself I'm not going to follow the hype trains anymore. I'm not going to do that. If I like something, I like something. If I don't, I don't. I'm going to be honest about that. And right now I'm telling you, this is a good anime. Chainsaw Man is a good anime, but that's all it is. It's just good. It's not great yet. It's only one episode in. We've done no world building, none. We established our character. We established motivations, okay? And even then, I don't even know what her motivation really is, if I'm going to be honest about it. Because right now, as far as I know, he just killed the mob, the Yakuza, who was trying to kill him anyway, or wanted his money. I don't know. I don't know. He's basically a hunter now, but he doesn't have the debt anymore. So that motivation is gone. So now I just know what he wants to do is just probably hunt so that he can kill, just to kill. I don't know. I don't know. I need more. And that's my entire point of the video. I need more. I cannot call this a great innovation in anime. I cannot say it's the second coming of anything. And again, I got fooled before by the Promised Neverland. I got fooled. I thought that was going to be the greatest anime series I've seen in my entire life. But then the second season happened and I got tremendously let down. And this could easily happen with this anime as well. So let's just be realistic here. I don't know what you guys think, but let's talk about it down below. Do you think this is a groundbreaking, like world-altering, earth-shattering anime, or is it just good? Things are allowed to just be good sometimes. They can just be quality. They can just be fun. They don't need to change the entire landscape of the anime world. And if they do, I'll tell you they do. But for this one, I'm just not feeling like it's done anything that special. But that's my thoughts. Let's talk about it down below. My name is Chris, and welcome back to Anime Debate. Let's fight.